Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
This one big family house. Of course, we don't come back today as we left una yesterday with Blow Mind when our your program. Well, I can always tell una say Blow Mind when a Sunday and Wednesday na una yon, but all other days then I me and my brother with the talk. So I can feel pain, you are open line. But this will be play foul for now. Well, we people we don't come back today with another informations them way we feel say and other people them feel say we all as a family members they need for know. If they're not left, we know they blow. If they're not blow, we know they tin up. Well, the people them of course mean a Bible as today. We don't get plenty issues there. One are very important issues them where we are they can discuss. Where the one who they start with get for do it the 14 years of age. Pekin, because we can call them Pekin, because now underage. When Isha Conteh, where them be arrested because of the alleged say he puts down somebody, we go attempt for do mommy and daddy business. So, well, I think as of now, we get a very good information where we all happy for where we they can discuss. But still, we know they stop there because you know still get any reggae boy there. They not left. One longer report don't come on EU and European Union. Well, we don't know how you get for interpret this letter. You feel say this letter good for the government or not? All the things here we get inside the basket today for talk. Once more again, me now Babure Kablai. Babure don't feel better right now. She may pay the torment because when they can't church on your uncle, it issues them better one today. And you hear my voice.
But the
talk.
Where me want for ask now, within American embassy, the American government, the European Union, within the CBM your uncle now. I mean not being the best party.
Your uncle are responsible.
Party, I go like me your darling. But wait for said now you want for be say, they don't like say they want on me enemy, yeah. But anyway, as EU don't give uppercut to the government, caretaker Bio don't go in retreat and take stand with one heavy punch, as he say, the report of EU unfortunate and not just the opposition then views EU can go inside the report. When we go inside the serious one, follow we see how all of them things there so they happen. So, what's your responsibility? If you just join we, hit for the like button. And then share the program so other people go get for know about this particular program we don't sit down here so for do today. My name na Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. Well, yes, Bible day. I don't know if I go on for game some chance today, but I try not for do that. I really try not for do that. Yes, I'll try not to do that.
I know say as long as it concern your uncle, he can try for shut me down as I be sick, then they're way happy. We are not be there with you, they buy your uncle. What? God big pass your uncle. I don't go back and I don't come back.
But if you say don't go. Anyway, let's start with this very important issue. We all been see, like my brother don't talk just now, something may happen around the country with one shocking information where one man, where they say now 45 years of age, go try for do by force my man that the business with one underage when 14 years. Well, let's see this how the long jump talek.
Well, unfortunately for this man, he meets in untimely death whilst he want for like when they can say one for shop bobona kenu. So he meets in untimely death. Well, I don't know what you go explain to in Mecca. Well, we've been sitting there so few days when this thing happened and say no. This particular issue, if not me, not the judge, it appear one time and then waiting for happen. Discharge. No further case or question. Well, it not happen that way they yet, but I still feel say, I very strongly feel say it get for happen that way they. But now we understand say this young girl don't get bail. But this bail here, you know say normally how they can do them, they can say count shorty, count longi, count million, count a billion, oath book, Bible, whatever, Quran. But in this case, then say, then they give and bail unconditionally. In fact, not to then they give and bail. Then give and bail unconditionally. When me say, they not ask for 15 days for a bail condition. Now so then say, let go there with people them. And they not restrict them for move no way. They say, Titi, go and move freely. But the only thing no more, all you mots and not go outside you're not supposed for going at the other, you know the red zone there because not all my heart go happy. You know the red zone area. You know for good outside there. Well, let me see how we been tell like. For the sake of identity, we dirty the video. Some of you don't see them. So please, for we, if you not see it yet, you're not going to see him face fine. You're not going to see the picture fine because we dirty the video. But the voice will tell you say, this na possibly happy. We'll come back just now.
Thank you. Na good evening, na good afternoon. Na good evening. Hey, today na happy day for me. Today happy, una thank you, mommy them. Hey, God bless you, ma'am. Una look for me today, all day. The happiness what I get in my life. Una after God, una give me happiness. Una try for me, oh. Una thank you, mama. Una thank you. I tell una thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for me. I appreciate you guys for me. May God do more. Wait for the for and what's here. May God come down as long like everybody. And me too.
Muna thank you as well. I don't see the suit today. And I father to me sooner the day. The mommy here is looking. Oh my God. This is happy moment. Anyway, it is a happy moment. It is Aisha. And when I watch Aisha fine, that related say, it didn't a tight place no more, but we'll take care of her. It's your body, eh? A good job. I tell you. Aisha good job. Oh my God. You know, we take care of her despite the tight. I am every woman movement. The Indian truth. The German. People that are German. All what you wanna contribute. Aliu Eskandri. All what you wanna contribute. Definitely don't come to pass. Aisha then grant him unconditional bail. Aisha then grant him unconditional bail.
Well, of course, me Fambulem, as me brother tell you now, we don't see the video. We no want for show out them face them because then see in the now other people they archive for tomorrow. Somebody not go use them. Tell them. Well, of course, as soon as the small picky will tell you say this now underage now 14 years of age, where this 45 years of age old bar be go first for do my and daddy business where God not they sleep now in don't go sleep. Other side, as me brother PSC, we don't know what to get for go explain to the one they send and at the world because I get for ask them how you cancel waiting out with you. Well, me. I hope they will meet some babu then for that kind of act day. This night happy moments for we all where we cry for this young lady. As me and my brother be always be the telling us say if one of we fortunate for be the judge of this particular case now acquit and discharge. The moment it appear before me, no question for ask or answer. It is commodity because na self-defense. And then this now a brighter example to the other idlers the way just they na this country now we are where they for pass behind them underage them, then get them girl picking them, keep them in a corner. Then they pass behind other picking them when underage, just for give them small money, influence them and bad things them for go do mommy and daddy business. And well, me pray as I begin pray for this man we go. I tell you say if I begin myself, if I go not agree with handcuff, my prayer is if no more they not agree for stop this act here, may God defect them this kind of way where they do them. May them they go so like where they put fall down for Christmas. But this now a very happy moment for we as we small sister we picking with everything. Don't get this kind condition bail force where they get unconditional. Nobody not go stand as a shorty for them. Then left them. We hope say it go end this way where it don't start so. We just want to tell the mama we born this speaking, make yourself put on and add for advice and ask the customer advice and say let not go na the red zone when we go to talk about let it sit down now us and other side way fixing a day for day and keep time with in company where if fixing at them is supposed to keep time with.
Well, I think say now that's no more because we also want to make it be safe because now that it don't turn like this now, we know say not all man go gladdy, you know, because of waiting how this case happen, you know. It not easy let people in gladdy when somebody die, you know. It not can be easy, but the reason why because of the advantage we been come over this particular issue now that make we be a little bit gladdy. And as well worry for ladies, young lady not go suffer for nothing, you know, because some of them, they big man there, Then say young cucumber na in sweet na salad. Now that word na in they like for use. Then so you take fine young cucumber, you put on a salad, it make fine. So now the young cucumber out, don't make now let him go turn the root under the cucumber. So whether you rest in peace or Usai, take care. Take care. But anyway, this case not done yet. It's still there on. Then just grant her unconditional bail when at the sweet word and the way me like. Us bail when grant her
unconditional.
Unconditional. I like that word there. Yeah. So still the case they on and they continue. The only thing we don't know it to stand and they send the case go courts. Yeah, but they don't give you picking bail. And as you see him, well, although you not see him fine, but I know say most of them we don't see him. The reason why we dirty image, because we not want for continue for be part of the way out and don't put them out. Because anyhow it be tomorrow it go tell on this picking psychologically. Although one thing we have noticed on this video where I watch him, like when the man be they say the picking body really fine. You they not say poverty they stink. Poverty really they you know they work on people in face. You know, so some of them big man them don't know this. So what thing they do? When they buy the one Ovaltine, then buy them tea leaf, then buy the one small cup milk, then buy you know, then call them provision. Then put them na side way as you team up na the domot so you the see. So what thing that they mean? It means the way you come na morning if you want drink tea, you free for drink tea. But if you can't drink tea, it means if I frustrate Bobona Kenu. Now that's the try for do. You understand what I mean, eh? So now basically on that kind of things and they. So this speaking be feel say when you say go eat for me na house, na something like that. But you don't give picky what I was. Okay. Picking say okay, are they up? You say no. You for calm down for mistake. Okay. Fet happen there now. Now it's still the fight because I know say it go the see and the hear. It want for calm, but no way to do. Papi, relax. Yeah? The only thing I think this poverty, something needs to be done for that. It's very, very serious and it make we picking them really they go astray. Really they go astray. Anyway, we move to the big issue of the day. We just say pass small bit more on this issue here. We can ask specifically for one issue where the trend right now on mainstream and social media. Where you get for do with the European or the European, how they can call it, European Union, EU, where them pull one timing report on the election. But interestingly, EU not just grab and pull report too. This na recommendation them where they make from 2018. They make their recommendation here, say, okay, we know say things not dey go on fine at the country, but this na new government. We notice say this na happen during the election. This na happen after the election. So for let we go get free and fair election for meet up the next term, this na some of the things them where una need for put in place for make we go able for get better election for the country. Now the government say, okay, no problem, we go look into that one day. Well, go on, waiting up, waiting not happen, then people are not do anything. So EU, after 3 to 4 years, they not just come if after 1 year, they wait. You remember one time in Demi Border, Marcela Sambasi say, and the new National Elections Watch, they don't come up with similar thing like this. Where then they talk to the election management body them on the recommendation the way they be make after the election. But, you know, when we talk, local people them, we not can value them, it not can cause any impact or create any impact. But when it comes from the one that way they give a couple, you see all man don't shake like half from in a bottle. But if you not get anything for say it, my brother, let we play the reports where come out from 98.1 first. Let we get proper understanding of waiting as some of their recommendations also, where the European Union been put together. When they come back, just now for come, let we can rub more inside this particular issue.
Thank you.
Na good evening, salon. Na good evening. Today na happy day for me. Today happy, una thank you, mommy them. Hey, God bless you, ma'am. Una look for me today, all day. The happiness what I get in my life. Una after God, una give me happiness. Una thank you for me, una thank you, mommy. Una thank you.
The European Union Election Observation Mission na body wey EU set up for observe election dem na different parts dem na the world. And Salon na one part the country dem where this body don dey observe election and then can pull report outside dem can recommend to government for make them go implement am. And the 2018 election na one part the election dem where dem be observe and dem be give 29 recommendation dem to government for sake of the thing dem where dem be fair not say happen during this election and some pandemic recommendation they are. Now for make clear dates day for the term where they go conduct election, clarify the conduct of the voter registration, amend the constitution, get baskets, outside them go put election money them, and plenty other one them. After 3 years, where the European Union Election Observation Mission be observe the 2018 election, then still get concern, but some panic recommendation the way they say government still not implement yet. This make the European Union election follow-up mission don come work at a salon outside dem go talk to stakeholder dem wey dey part election business, but the recommendation dem and sef the thing wey dem fair not say go ambog the 2023 election if government no look inside am. Honorable Nibot Naisa na the head of the EU election follow-up mission starts first for talk about almost by the 29 recommendation dem wey government don implement.
Out of 29 recommendations put forward in 2018, 9 entail constitutional amendments. However, none of them would need a referendum for entrenchment provisions. 21 require legal reform, whereas the remaining could be addressed through administrative policies. An overall recommendation in 2018 was that the new Parliament and government should resume the constitutional review process. Three years later, the need to reactivate the constitutional review process remains. We are aware that a white paper is eagerly awaited, but also that constitutional change requires cross-party consensus and compromise in order to be successful and durable. Public participation is also needed. Timely disclosure of the white paper is a precondition for an active, effective, transparent and accountable process.
After we don't talk about the recommendation, in the same way, so talk about the thing where the mission fair not say go about the 2023 election. Where one panentin and Usain say they fair not say people not believe the body them where they part election business na the country.
The mission has been told that there is a significant decrease in trust in essential bodies which play integral roles in the forthcoming elections. These includes the judiciary, NEC, the PPRC, and the police. Our findings are that these institution reputations are less trusted than is needed. But further, our assessment is that there are real grounds for concern in the ways in which these bodies have administrated recent by-elections. There are surely some lessons to be learned from the management of the last by-elections, which can be trialed as future by-elections.
Honorable Naisa Semweso say the decision where the High Court take inside 2019 for sake of the 10 MP them where them be petition not good for the country in democracy and the rule of law.
If an election is declared void according to section 160.4 of the Public Election Act, another election shall be held. The 2019 High Court decisions to declare the runner-up elected in 10 constituencies eroded the confidence in the judiciary. Unequivocal respect for the rule of law and election petitions is crucial for ensuring confidence in the electoral process. Justice denied is justice denied. The same applies to democracy.
The midterm census, now one way political party them, civil society organization and the people be concerned about. This, Honorable Nibot Naisa say, the mission they recommend to next say, for make them go use NCRA the list for prepare the 2023 voter register for save money and time.
The midterm census is unprecedented. The stated reason for it is highly contested. The use of optional census to provide data which might be used to change electoral boundaries shortly before an election is not conducive to the political atmosphere or good electoral practice. The mission repeats its recommendation that the voter register should be automatically produced from the civil register, which would save money and time. We have not seen evidence that sufficient progress has to be made on this important issue.
As all this they be, the European Union election follow-up mission be go work on a state host. Outside them go talk to the president, but the 29 recommendation them and self the thing them where they fair not say go about the 2023 election. Where in the talk for sake of this, the European Union ambassador on a salon, Manuel Mula say they go support government reform and self say then gladly with the progress what the government don't do for repeal the criminal libel law and self pull the death penalty na the salon law book.
We very much commend the abolition of the death penalty, which was a very important political decision, and also we commend the abolition of the criminal libel law. It shows that the country is entertaining reforms in important areas, and we are committed to continue to support reforms.
Inside in own talk, the president Dr. Julius Madabio say in government go make sure say they work with the election body them for say they implement some pan the recommendation them where the European Union election observing mission be made for sake of the 2018 election.
We are committed to democracy and therefore the various tenets of democracy, making sure that elections are clean and clear and above board. We are fully committed to the recommendations that were made by the last mission, and they are all embedded in our Public Elections Act, which is almost there in terms of coming out, and also the PPRC Act and the Local Council Act. So most of the concerns and the recommendations that were made will be embedded, will be actually coming out of there.
Dr. Julius Madabio end up say government go support NEC for say NEC all free and fair election at the country with support from Wani Gauja, Kabiade.
Right, that one day now be reports where radio democracy being put together, and then of course we just want for acknowledge that for saying that well give credit to them. All right, so that's lay the foundation for let we go able for know exactly where they can go. So first of all, let me start with the last part of the thing. Yeah, you hear inside this particular report, the ending, the caretaker nine talk. Listen this now, waiting it come on Twitter when I favorite playground and come talk. He say, today, the European delegation, the EU delegation, paid me a courtesy call. Listen, it paid me a courtesy call. They commended our government and right reforms. They commended, listen this, they commended our government and right reforms. We assured them that the 2018 election recommendations made by the EU observers will be strongly considered in our review of the Public Elections Act. Correct, 5 points. So, upon all of these things, I see or I hear the caretaker cut out like where baby can cut out for take area. So, but before I go into that day, let me look into the 29 recommendations them. Then say after the election, listen this way, yeah? We all know say things them been they go on bad even before the election. And we can always tell you say one of the things them where this government promised the people of this country now a change. Change and change. Then promise we new direction and they use the word say pow pa salon for better in as much as na by force but salon for better because the word better na good. Okay. They not say pow pa then for better. So people them all become very much happy with waiting then the yeri from the opposition by then when are the SLPP. So they decide for take a chance and try this change where then don't they preach about. So then vote them in. So EU self been see this as a golden opportunity for say, okay, since this na new government, na change, this government for able for do things them where for make the country go before and election business na the country no go get chamot. So amongst them things there so, then say, then for able for get clear dates for the 2000 and for the next election, because I don't know what's in the date right now, safe. For the next election, that's from 2018, after 2018 election, the next election, we forget the clear date, say, this year, at this particular month, and this day, we for all elections. So, before that one day, we don't hear in as much as they don't make this recommendation. Other civil society organizations, then we get the country at heart, we don't remind the government of their recommendations there. But yet still, this government and in Sojaman them where they pay. Well, where Adebayo can say Boy Scouts. Then one the way they pay, then to go on na status, begin for dance. And then we hear who say angry lion, where indeed they get for angry, say he begin eating body part by part. This man come and talk say, because of the corona, because of the opposition not give chance to this government for rule, then go sit down with the international community for say this first 3 years now void. And waiting for happen. Then for look into the election. Well, you get one word where you can talk. You say anything where they come out and talk now waiting.
And you reform the so-called boss.
Perfect. Now, like when you say, when you want to talk to Caucasian man, now for talk to him Pekin. So, anytime, certain time then day, if you hear speaking the talk certain word, you get to ask question, who side this word come out? Or if in papa na that kind of lalapita life, or in mama na that kind idigado life, you get to know say, this thing it come out from them. So, when they come out and talk, then it can be say this, it can be like a syndicate, a synchronized thing. We hear Usai Andrew Lavali come and say, he want to see if the election the corona go hamburg the election. You come out there, you hear and rely on say, then go reverse the term where they don't spend because the opposition not give them time for rule. After that one day, we begin see election term 2024 from this guy I call Ankaloko. It's an election 2024-2025.
That Paulina social media.
Yes, 2024-2025. So, in as much as NEC been don't recommend, they don't feel say power and apoyo when you don't taste no more if you become drunk. Yeah? So, what thing they want for do? They want for go on with another term because they say the last government then do one extra year. But you promise we a total fix and total change. But the fix up and the economy, it's like for say don't want fix. When a fact no money the fact. We are better to know day. Then the total change it total extent don't use dirty smell bandage for wrap am. We make nothing better than the progressive the come around that area there. Okay, we come on there. And no one for touch all thing, like you know say just not done all thing. Let let first let go.
Before I come into the reports where the EU send for we all, I just want to rub more small by the tweets where you uncle put on shamelessly. You know, the first paragraph, it make a laugh. Today, the EU delegation paid me a courtesy call. You know, one thing about your uncle, a dry eye in the way that even things them where don't come out where everybody don't see, it can still try for come and cover up them. The first paragraph don't convince other people that will not understand, but this report will come out. But anyway, I don't blame him now, uncle, he used to. So I will jump inside the report. Me, I don't get much for say. The report don't speak for himself, right? The thing where I get, the side where me gets interest on this report, one thing we always, I can say, something the chief no get respect, na the town where them born am. What did that one they mean? Now, yeah, me and you always they see them. Some of them things here where they inside this report, we don't talk them, but they don't take them serious because now that talk them, na Bible and Shembepie. Other person go in corner say na propaganda. Other person in corner say we na a paid people na the social media for support the opposition them. Well, we don't care any name you call we. The most important thing is now the truth. Don't they come to people or from people where una they listen to, where they write or talk, una they take say yes, this you don't serious. The same way I tell you say I get interest on where I tell people that say we don't they talk now, we don't they talk now. Now the side where this particular government not respect democracy. This government, when they take this action of removing 10 members of parliament, some people come and jubilate. But me and my brother be serious say, this is not good for the democracy of our country. Well, now there are other people that will come, then curse we, then call you all kind of names. Today, if I see this kind of reports come from the EU delegation, we can observe the election process. And like what people that be talk, they're not talking say 1 year because now people are way patient for do something. You know, can't talk in about Bible and as they read news, but they don't talk up. Okay, then people are patient until almost 4 years now before ever this report come out. And most of the things that when me and my brother they should already outline, they point at now they inside this report. Well, I know people don't get for cost the EU again, or where we don't can repeat. For sure, now the reports. So I'm not going to cost you again. This is not what we talk about.
Kaki feda. Ici qui a take a biosef the tower right now. Kaki feda.
Well, now that now people were full of dry eye cover shame. You know, one thing about power or one thing about any position, whether be it club, organization, or squad, or caretaker. Whenever they give a mantle of trust, if you're not able, I don't see nothing for make you come out plain and tell the people them say you're not able, or do respectfully and resign.
Like where power sweet so?
But here is well, that's the problem. Here is the case. We are the way now we country. You they see we leaders in the disgrace show, then still not care about their credibility. They still not care about the image to the international world. They still they continue. They do them bad things here until they pull in a seat disgracefully. In the way tomorrow, they will go knock the mouth now. Other man country, they open the mouth for them. Now, some of the things that they happen to it today. Maybe what I tell you, not about Kutoko. Now, this democracy side, where these people don't ever respect now this country, where the EU report don't come and tell we the Sierra Leoneans and say, yes, this government don't respect democracy. Now that side, you know more.
It's today while left the load give me. I go carry the load. I say in a me yo non kulo. Now let me continue. From outside I've been tapped. Out of 29 recommendations, them, when they say recommendation, now where you see something, say, this apple here, I see so. I think say, if you put them so, it will make it not rotten. Or this, if you make it this kind of way, it will make, I think, now some kind of way, I want all this sit down and discuss and say, dear, if you work on this thing, better go come tomorrow. Then he says, oh yes, now good thing. We agree for a work on anything there. 4 years down the line, now one grain per the recommendation the online and don't look. Guess which one are the recommendation? This is criminal libel law. Now one part the recommendation them. Now the only one who's why against something a mistake. You cannot a mistake. I know more. Even the voter register, as we talk so right now, 10 out and they per dilidala. How for make Uda for waiting, who's register for who's waiting not for use. The same hand will have valid the way be sidom and make the sensors go on, work on the things them. Now the same one they come back and say no, that sensors they not be waiting, not be flawed. So you see, because now then gets their own interest and one for do waiting and feel say them for do. Now they be don't tell we say the 2015 census is not good. Then tell we say we get this amount of number. Where it be for say they don't calculate now, they don't get that number there at all. Who side that number they been come out? Well, interestingly, I've been telling us say them people here so in as much as they say they get degrees, but then very, very full. You forget say when they do census, the figure when they capture, when they do voter register, the figure when they capture now two different figures them. But this government shamelessly come and tell we say the amount of people them will vote inside the last election compared to the census not to the same. I begin wonder what thing this them mean. When it be for say when they do census, if they born picking today, that census they capture them. Today they born picking they capture them. But the election, you know they capture that they until 18 years. But then begin say, we be get discrepancy. Then they tell we say na 7 million people there we don't almost get, but yet still the voter register not na 2 million or 3, 4, 5 million it capture. What a shame. When before say you just sit down self like possibly no understand like how we no understand so just sit NPSC we no understand. We go able for no say the figure where census the cage. Now for the one whole country and everybody, including the one themselves when a foreigner, when not the vote. As long as you live inside the country. But when it comes to election, not only would I get right for let them vote for them or be voted for, or for let him vote, now in them the capture. So you begin see the kind of baseless arguments where they begin come up with. We say this not, you not get aid, you not get tail. Let's just one can make money and eat who side they want for it. You come out and tell we that same thing they say now waste of time and money. Now you don't advise say, I can tell you say something they then people are bad and keep hypocrites. Also them be the strive for fund. Interestingly, guess what thing happen? The money where they be first of all say it could do for the census. Later they come and say, hey no, the money not do. So you back vex. You back vex. So this is not the amount of hypocrisy what they talk about. But again, if we not clean with us fine, you not expect other person for can clean that for you. So this is not the system. So the census upon all the alala, you come back and tell me say people them not accept the census, so it not be get any reason for let them go on with census because it not make sense. Not just waste of money and time. So of course we know say that they I don't know sometimes where this na pa opa. Sometimes they go still say no, not to them go tell waiting for them to go on with the census. But I then forget say the money na foreign at the game. The other one, then be supposed for do waiting and call basket fund, where basically then they put couple say this now we don't put for the election. This government say that then they fund this election tigi one, but yet still they dip bigger. They don't even know side with it. But they were all election. At the same time, they not get better money for all election. They want all census. At the same time, they want all everything this government want all. Just forget and kick back. Like springboard.
They don't miss direction.
I think the direction don't be rackettion. Or you say racketeer. So we go down. Then say the EU say lack of trust. You know what thing? Let I not waste me energy and talk plenty things then. Yeah? Because I find out say things then they will happen. Most of when I watch this debate this morning with 98.1 again on the issue of this EU the report where we see the one way saying they talk for the courts, the judiciary. He embarrassed himself like small boy. Now I know what it make sometimes the way them people can write some article them, it not can make any sense. Because I imagine say this not being journalist, he know all of the election things them how them been go from 2008 to now. So but when he sit down in a panel for discuss this thing, he begin talk like one person we know ever sit down or go into them kind of things then they. So what happen? Let me go now and listen to how it been tell like na Radio Democracy this morning, yeah, as Augustine Sembe Mara and Elkas Sano from the judiciary, and then Augustine Sembe Mara from a legal practitioner and a civil rights activist, yeah. Let me go now and listen how this particular discussion been done. We just pull half. Yeah, if you are watch the full one, it's either you check Radio Democracy then page or you check with YouTube page EDD. So in the meantime, let me listen to this discussion how it been tell. Please take note of everything and then you come back and tell me. We'll come back just now.
EU not sit down, they're not sit down at Europe and make them findings. What they do, they come on the ground and they speak to a number of governance activists there, number of institutions, ordinary people, etc., etc. So where they don't collate all them findings here, for let an institution of that kind credibility, they use them very sharp words and say significant decrease in trust. And if the people of Sierra Leone can't trust the judiciary, if the people of Sierra Leone can't trust NEC where they organize election, if the people of Sierra Leone can't trust the PPRC where they regulate political parties, if the people of Sierra Leone can't trust the police where their own mandates are for defend life and property, then it's absolutely worrying.
Some of them
and to answer your question, I don't think say the institutions here from 2018 to date don't make significant progress in adhering to the recommendations where the EU been listed.
The spokesman for the judiciary in the studio this morning, Elkas Sano, na the head of communications na the judiciary. Good morning once more and welcome to Good Morning Salon.
Good morning. Happy for there.
All right, I guess the judiciary don't see the release where the EU mission pull after we don't pull about 29 recommendations into government after the 2018 elections. And the judiciary has stated earlier now one pan the institution them we salon people currently from waiting them fair not satisfied with what they do and then they lost trust in the judiciary. Firstly, how I receive that kind of recommendation they wouldn't indict on an institution?
When we read the press release, we admit, say, indeed, EU don't they work with Sierra Leone. That we must admit that over the years, and the relationship don't continue and they still continue. We get concerns. Among the many concerns them, what we look at, now that we get the conviction, say, the EU report is not being technical and not professional.
Why you not get that concern?
Fine, because EU go outside the required scope of mandate.
Waiting at the required scope of mandate.
Now, when they come, firstly, you get for know they say the people that we then speak to, then express opinion. They say to them the trust in the judiciary don't decrease, not only in the judiciary, with some other institutions. Then even the reference, the provision, the reference that they make to the very act was not only misinforming, it was also inaccurate. The EU wrongly presents to the public an inaccurate provision of the law where they make reference to, where they say they use for pull 10 of the members of parliament.
That did not ever happen.
The statement is not only fallacious,
but they not pull members of parliament there.
Based on, fine. You please allow me my answer this sire. What thing exactly happened? There is a precedent in 2013. This precedent by the High Court. At that time, the APC been there na governance. Now what thing happened? The SLPP, the constituency 05, constituency 015, members of candidates where they present for members of parliament, when Ansu Lansana and Captain retired Afiju Kanja. Now, them people, the court order say make them give them position to the second person.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct.
They come to you, Mr. Mara. They come to you. Let just land. They come to you.
Now, how it happened? Them go na court. When them go na court, the Ansu Lansana when are the candidates for SLPP, then with the candidate for the two candidates for SLPP, Ansu Lansana and Afiju. Right. Then win the elections. When they win the elections, what may happen exactly now that NEC, the other NEC for stop the election
so
process.
That precedent zone afala.
No, wait, now say now. That the precedent where they now that they may not already pull High Court get a precedent.
Okay.
Where they may not pull people where the second person now in and give the very position. So the same High Court, when they give a ruling, they not depart from that 2012 judgment day where High Court give. They not depart from it. Right. So it becomes a precedent. And what thing happen exactly? We not averse also to the very fact say when a High Court don't give ruling, you know, you get the upper court when at the court of appeal. You get right for going at the appeals court. When they go na appeals court, they abandon the case. They not continue the matter.
Continue for the between at the studio. Elkas Sano, head of communications, now the judiciary. We'll come back to you. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. As now the program this morning, we did discuss the findings them where the EU we don't pull for SECA the follow-up we don't do after them we don't make recommendations them to institutions them we suppose for support free and fair election at the country. And earlier we'll be listening to Elkas Sano.
Khadija, I think to be honest with you, we institutions they're not very honest with we.
Why is it so?
And I think say we play with justice issues in this country. I tell you what, once you don't get widespread injustice, people and they become really unhappy with governance. And I think say the judiciary therefore take the people of Sierra Leone very, very seriously. Justice issues, they're not to play issues, right? We get international partners where they put so much money in the judiciary. After special court, Mr. Sano, please.
No,
Mr. Sano, please.
No,
Mr. Sano,
there, you misinform people.
All right. Go on,
not only the judiciary, they play with the lives of the people of Sierra Leone. The police themselves, then they allow themselves for the politicians, misuse them. Every day, day in, day out. And I think say, as an institution, we're not for there for debates and findings here. The institution and for go back and then go to the drawing board and determine whose side they don't go wrong. governance issue, not to picking issue. We work for a country, you know, sabi APC, you know, sabi SLPP. We all go be affected. And the institutions here in democracy, they are created for letting keep with democracy. Right? So the minimum we expect from them now honesty. The minimum we expect from them for let them be fair to the people of Sierra Leone.
Right.
They should not be used by any political party. Not by the ruling party, not by opposition. Therefore, ensure say and serve the people of Sierra Leone. For now, get instances who side then the thief ballot box, police see up, they do nothing. That's an indictment on the police. For now, get an institution who side where somebody don't lost election, he cannot court now, don't a court, they can win election. That's an indictment on the judiciary. And I think so we don't suffer through the civil conflict. Are we for stand up as governance institution? We know the role where democracy, radio democracy play in terms of achieving peace and democracy. I want to go allow the institutions here for let them derogate from the standards of democracy. We not go allow them. They report here, not so people away it's judiciary, they pull them. International partners, local activists, and very, very clear. Say the trust in the judiciary don't decline. The trust in the police don't decline. NEC in trust don't decline. PPRC don't decline. We all get a responsibility. We know they all get a responsibility. Therefore, we know they for ensure say we know the institutions they work for with democracy.
Them find this. But what we they against? We know they against for say may they come with findings or report. But what we are concerned about when you take out a report, it will be impartial.
So they say EU partial now. EU where the fund election and indict.
No,
EU where the fund election largely. Now they say they're irresponsible.
I am saying when they come up with a report, when you do always you report, you findings them.
You so get Mr. Sano, you teach EU how to do the work. You teach them how to do the work. You teach them.
Please, more exceptions to that. More respect, please. No, please, not to Congo market.
No, you didn't interrupt me.
What I want to say.
You teach how to do the work.
We talk about independence of the judiciary. Now, we're very important. Now that the opposition parties and don't win more cases than the judiciary now.
Don't I replace in a parliament? When I replace them back in a parliament?
They don't win cases than the judiciary. That shows how independent the judiciary operates now than ever before. So therefore, we not for come here, not to papi show we come here for. We come here, this is very much serious. We they talk about access to justice. We they talk about reforms that will don't happen in this 21st century. We they talk about how the judiciary want for open up.
So
we they talk about where magistrates they not ever get their places. So we don't put magistrate in a place. We they talk about we want to make sure say judges then they all about the court.
This not the reforms partners they not they see all in here.
Then they see now that made them if you see the thing was not only dastardly. Women say they not look at say everything was bad, and therefore as a judiciary or as an institution, we always want for assure the general public say they operate within we mandate for able to make sure say we restore that trust, that confidence, and make sure say the issue of access to justice, which is our foremost responsibility, we deliver on we mandate.
Finally, how you go describe this kind of reports? How you go describe this kind of reports? Finally,
for me, in my opinion, the report is flawed. It is erroneous. It is outside the scope of mandate of the EU.
Finally, Mr. Mara,
I think for me, I've said this that. If as a nation we take them findings here in good parts, it help with democracy. Because within the institution I go do, then go back and then look at the lapses and fix them for 2023. But if they left, then they argue, then they rationalize, and they justify. It means say all the irregularities here within the institution will continue, and then the country in peace and democracy go there under stress towards 2023.
Well, of course, me people them now don't listen and watch so where this program be up on Radio Democracy 98.1, where they name the program Good Morning Salon. Well, of course, we get different speakers them at the studio we come and talk. But a speaker from the judiciary, it really beats me imagination.
You want to know, all man.
It really beats me imagination, my brother. You see, I sit down, I watch, I listen. We get one word where most of we in our social media can use for say this particular government, they get people who are educated fools them. To me, I describe this one as in a one panel. Or I don't know if the judiciary not get anybody for go represent them, na that kind of program they are, na that kind people they are nobody they send all leg. Waiting kia promo say na mi bobo. Let himself go, let it go do this.
I'll tell you something before you begin analyze the issue proper. Now the judiciary gets, them public relations officer. When Moses, I think Moses, I don't know if na Kamara or so, but Moses anyway. Then this na El Cassano. El Cassano, the time way Madabio been there in opposition, this na one of the people will be the right fine bottom. Right then commentary, right then this and that. So it's like a payback. Guess what? The judiciary gets Pierre Olekase, then come with this as media consultant. Just for fair way for put me bobo, let himself get way for survive.
This big fool and I count as media consultant.
Yeah, media consultant, and then they get the PRO, where the PRO very, very smart and sound.
I can't believe this.
But they're all not colleague anyway because we sabi yourself. Continue.
Okay, we began the other speaker. The other speaker will be the challenge. This Sano guy. We first come and tell but we the people of Saloon say right now how things they go on. We not trust the police again. We not trust the PPRC again, and we not even trust the NEC. We they conduct elections for we. Well, of course, that's to me own opinion. I don't feel say it lie another side because. If NEC, where they conduct elections for we, recently, make I just draw an example, the election where they just conduct na Kabbalah, who say we get a NEC official, we go change figure, broadly light. So you tell me how una feel say we for trust NEC. Some of the institutions they are, then gets a bigger role for play for make this country go before. Then get a bigger role for play for we own democracy. But now some of their institutions they are don't take themselves turn politicians them today. Because like what me brother just don't talk, most of them guys are already work at the institutions they are, then they employ them there as payback. So whether they go to them places they are, waiting at them plan, then they go try for satisfy the person where they appoint them, say, you go be so na this particular institution. So that they know they able to play with their own role, they know they able to execute their duty them according to how they for satisfy with the people of Sierra Leone, rather than satisfy who that appoints them for go represent the party becoming a so at the put Make a jump to this so-called media consultant, as una say, if na so they can put on it for. As me brother say, the PRO didn't jump because this person be the right, good things them, but caretaker bio. So they see say, this na in time. They get out what they say, now we turn down come so, now we make use of them. This now we party. We not stop you from make this not be your party, but if you not somebody where pay school fee go na college and then you get your paper for can't get work, you concern about your credibility, you concern say government not to everlasting something. Now come and go. So you want to maintain yourself where it be say where this government come out tomorrow. Any other governments come, they recommend you. Then go through you work where you don't do. They really say yes, you capable for work for this nation. But here is the case where people are no care about that one day any longer. Now, this man don't can sit down na a media, radio, TV, can't talk say the EU report not professional, irrelevant. The EU report not proper because they go out and gather some information step. Well, the word way you say them go out, if even them go out, because we know say, if now some people like una then they can consult say, yes, we don't come for make una give you a report. We need comprehensive reports from this particular government, what they do. This kind of person, the people already watch this program. Waiting, you expect, say, this they present to the EU. So sometimes it's good and go out and get their own findings. And the man they talk like, he know this work where EU they do pass, even EU where they do their work. Where it be said they don't depend this work for decades. Then are professionals them when it comes to them particular areas they are. But this man, they sit on a radio, they condemn this report. We not say it's sit on a media and somebody where they just send, don't you not even know how to condemn proper. Even me, where sit on sometimes if I say I go sit on I go do better till this small. You not even know because the only way school feed them, they not even maybe they get and they school feed them fine, but he don't know how to deliver. Because when you too they high for can defend certain things, when you they high for can defend lies. Sometimes, as you facing the mic show or the camera, you become a fool. And if you're not already a fool, you become fool. Now, in like this salon. The judiciary is the way they talk about. Now, one of the institutions that this one we feel say that they for stand firm for install democracy na mama salon. But here is the case. Now, here we see the case that where they pass right now in court. Now, case them where they go against opposition. Any case we get for do it, this particular power misdirection government, now avoid vote. Not even waste your time for going to court because you know they even get hearing. If they give small time, when I know they even reach a stage of course examine, that case they take that file, they go put an abonnement because they don't get interest over that. We all see the changes when they go to court today. We see the magistrate that they judge them. The angle where they pull them for can put them, for can sit them. We see the changes where they go. Now the neck office right now. The PPRC. Other side, we see the changes. All the changes are right now. When me and you go through the list them, whether they employ them people they are, now one tribe dominate. What do they do them? They say that they do them because na their party, na their supporters. And most of these people then get party card, na this particular misdirection government. You go appoint her for go be head of neck. You go appoint her for go be head of this. What you expect say they deliver? Nothing at the end of the day. So I think say the judiciary, if they get any interview like this nature, they want to send somebody for go defend and lie small on the bad things the way they don't do, not to somebody like this. Therefore, send them. Maybe what I can inside.
Okay. Waiting at Sabi, I be don't sit there and tell you say the government don't turn opposition. Now, I know one song. This song here, so both APC and SLPP they like the song, but they not like the song. The one old song. APC like the start of the song because they say those who voted for him must now waiting don't realize say the way they vote for don't make the country paralyzed. Whilst SLPP like the back of the song, we say APC will never come back to power. So you see this one grain song. Now the issue of this EU. When EU they give money and all thing, waiting and they say then they do well, then they perform well. The international community like them. But now, and they say the international community very much up to the task. But now, international community don't recommend first. You fail for work on the recommendation, and now they make waiting and find out and put them into findings, a report. Now you say, it's unfortunate waiting. This international community, they say, they're not professional. Then go out of the mandate. So you see, this is not the kind of system where we go. Now, let's deviate small bit from this issue. I come to back. Let's go to one comment quick. You know, so we can tell people them say, we know the comments you don't talk rubbish with one for talk.
You not tell people that all day? You still not tired it's for tell people that all day.
No, I want to remind you how we can do with program.
But we they talk on top of waiting, then they talk, and waiting, then they do. Now, they should analyze.
But interestingly, we get somebody where realize say we dey talk on top wetin person dey talk, but guess what? He still call and say we dey fabricate. Even when he don't tell we say we dey talk wetin people in the talk, they say we dey fabricate.
Well, maybe not the English word, now not to understand, not blame am.
All right, so let's move back and go again into major things them where have been put. Now, this all reports, they talk about the things them where we did do na yeah, like you don't say. We did talk about the bad things them where the government did do, where we feel say not good for the country. And now that make we born this baby. Now, amongst the things them where the EU talk about, it say the people them don't get what they call lack of trust for the election management bodies them. Like the National Electoral Commission, we don't begin the finger pocket and thief. But they not the beat them all. They not the arrest them all. They not the investigate them. He say people not get trust in them. Then say the PPRC, I want to make sure say anyone where they call, I give you example. I tell you say, neck don't begin finger pocket, enti? Koinadugu, Tom Kolimba and the others, enti? And Kadi Johnson or whatever.
Davis.
Kadi Davis, 110. Neck show say, then a real klepto, then can thief very well. And Usai neck fail for thief, then they come inside with the boys them for do the remaining things them. And the implementer na 110, the implementer na Koinadugu, but Koinadugu then fail na the other big part and then succeed in the small part. Let's go to the other one, when at the Political Party Registration Commission. People say they don't get trust again. The trust, the amount of trust where them been get, it don't reduce. We see Usai Muhammad Kamaremba after where this government, because of their own selfish reason, put them Usai the one for put them. What thing happen? The PPRC, when not to work that day, he go and impose leader. Now the ADP party. So the people say they don't get trust in them. Not to just now, I just give you one example. Let me go to the police. The police, people say they don't get trust. Of course, then a customer in lack of trust. We see what happen now the election them. I'm not going to the how they call them marking and other things. So inside the election, because an election we refocus on an election observation and do. The police is dumb. The one they win are the boys of the Green Boys, the task force. Then they burn electionary materials. Then they broke things then they pass with bike all around. They only do one arrest. Instead, the one then when they come out and talk, now then they run after. People say they get less trust for them. The judiciary, when are the last one where I go touch? They say the judiciary, people don't get less trust because they're a super big customer. Not today no more, but now a super customer. We still say when people lost the election, they use the judiciary for make them win the election. Well, according to what this government promise, they say they promise a total change. They want to move from the bad things. But Elkas Sano, with imprimatur arguments, come and say, then copy that precedent from what happened in 2015. Whereas, two SLPP, they rival per one position, and what happened, court give injunction. By the time court give injunction, NEC don't print ballot paper, we make them vote for the one candidate, where in name can inside, and then next, the court say, no, injunction day, we are not supposed for waiting. Then disqualify that day because it not being granted for contest, then the other one, they make a winner. Then copy that precedent day. When then say that in a very bad precedent in the days, under the APC, then say that's a very bad thing. But now Elkas say, then copy that precedent day. So you see, this law can go back to waiting can the Yumke can talk. We enough for let we copy bad precedents because tomorrow other people them go get for use them. You catch them? Now, we go to this thing. They use the court system for remove 10 members of, in fact, 11. Just that the one fortunate for return back after draw upon draw, where God in blessing the param. Now, at this same time, pull, one of the MP they lost their life. You see? Now, upon all them things there, El Cassano still, even when he said then copy, he admits say then copy that precedence day. In not knowing that, I don't know if he prove, he not even conscious say the precedence where he said then copy. Now a very rubbish precedence where them be don't cry down. And where we all be don't cry under the APC government. But yet still he said then copy them. Okay. Then say, go come. Let me see how we can cut the thin short one. Upon all them here, then say they're very much professional. And EU not ever professional and they not do what they're supposed to do. Anyway, before I continue with the rest of the program, please, I want to follow you hit for the like button if you just join me. Please, and you know, like the program hit for the like button. And one very important thing you can do, make sure say you share this program so other people go able forget exactly waiting with you the benefit from this particular program. Now, we don't hear waiting at the draw, waiting at the sonko, waiting at the kriba. So now, waiting what we do? Upon all the kind arguments here, let I reflect you back or let show you this thing again. Maybe you don't mistake or you forget them. Listen this thing. The caretaker again say today, that now the time when EU go to he said that the EU delegation paid me a courtesy call. They commended our governance and rights reforms. Listen to that word in our leg. He said they commended. Yes, the EU say una dey try, but out of 29 recommendations, you only adhere to one when are the criminal libel law. 29, but yet still the EU commend. You see this thing I can talk about them people there. Then they always pamper you, blow you like how Arata they eat underfoot. When Arata they eat your foot, for let you not feel the pain, it they blow sweet breeze so you can just sleep they go. Only for they grab na money as he master. You say, why? Now in this so they happen right now. Now, EU and the others, then they blow and then they blow and wise and they bet I'm under. Now, it don't begin feel the pain. Let tell you something, I read this and they can't tell you waiting at the pain where you don't begin feel. It say, they recommend, they say, it say we, that's the government, assured that the 2018 elections recommendations made by the EU observers will be strongly considered in our... You see, wait to make a stress on this point. El Cassano say the EU not do professional job. The EU just talk to the other people where they want to talk to, and then they release reports. They not consult, they not do anything with them. But here we they read this thing. He said the recommendation not to today. It don't say when EU after the election 2018 then come together, sit down and say this now we notice Opa, this thing we notice say Ibado, and it not go good for go with them na the next election. They are low work on this thing. Now they say okay, we agree. So in 2018, now 2021, going to 2022, it's almost 4 years in governance. But yet still, none except one. You get the joke? We continue with the program, but if you really know, say you appreciate the information coming out and the kind of analysis where we give into this program, hit for with the like button. Now, only that one they inspire and motivate we for do more. You know, say we can talk more on top waiting then the talk. Although we can fabricate, as people say, but still, if you like what we do, hit the like button for we. God bless you. Now, I want to let we go now. Why Apola that story say, Arata they eat your food. You know the feel pain until you wake in the morning now, you begin Allah. Why? Now, from this particular tweet, where caretaker been tweet, let me go now and hear waiting caretaker talk na the cable network. Cable News Network, CNN, let me hear you waiting it been get for say with regards this EU they report with them pull, and then you compare them to this in tweets where it put up. When they come back, just now after this particular CNN Short interview.
I just want to ask you about the election process in your country. The EU election follow-up mission just released its key findings, and they were damning. There's massive skepticism over the independence of the National Electoral Commission in Sierra Leone. What are you doing to address that ahead of the 2023 election? And will you ensure that the recommendations made are implemented?
Well, it's unfortunate that the EU made such damning statements, as you called it. The Electoral Commission is independent. It's been started long before I got to the office. Few commissioners, the tenure of few commissioners had expired, and of course, there's a process for replacing them. They have to be nominated and go to Parliament, and that is what we have done for the most part. They also spoke about the police. The police, we haven't done much about it since we received it, since we inherited governance. So the same police that was there that they never commented on is what now they're saying is too partial. Maybe the leadership I have had to appoint. And they're talking about also the judiciary. We haven't done much about the judiciary in terms of personnel change. So it's a pity, and I'm going to engage them because these institutions are responsible for credible elections, but we have not tinkered with them in any way to skew any elections in our favor. The opposition, we always grumble about these institutions because these are critical institutions for elections. And when anybody is afraid of elections, they try to bring the credibility of these institutions to the fore. And that is what they have done. And they've taken it wholesale and just made it a report. So that is unfortunate, but I want to engage the EU.
All right, Mr. President, Julius Theo, we will follow up with you on that in the coming months. Good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
You know, he just stand there, put pikin dey eat garri. When you don't choke am, water no dey near am. Wetin he always dey do? Na him eyes dey see nobody pass. He dey choke. Him eyes dey pass. You know, my brother, I don't know if you notice something by your uncle. Your uncle, I think he don't live with one wall. You know, even how we are say, when you talk to them people there, you lies and the truth, it dey through your eyes. I don't know if your uncle are aware of that.
But my uncle is copying his study, so I will know that.
You know, you man when they talk now say that it's too funny. If you set yourself na fool, you dey know say na lie, the man dey lie. You hear what he say they try for engage the institutions there because of this report. He dey talk like na something where he doubt, you know, aware of, you know, you're not aware of next action, you're not aware of the judiciary. When he dey give a phone call say na this una for do. But I think say Kiatika don't think say the people the way he can talk to them fool, you know. But I think say they make a mistake. He really make a mistake. I don't get much for talk for your uncle on that area. The major people say, you know, the truth will prevail the day and the time that they come here and yes. Because even people that were outside here don't already know the actions of this particular misdirection and the one way they head up when I can't take a view. Can't take a they lie, honestly. If he say that's what they kicking him, they lie. And when he lie, if you're not somebody where you watch where they lie, when you talk to them and watch them right inside his eyes, watch his eyes, they might play with them. The body language don't tell you say this person now lie, he never lie. I left you there.
Okay, quick thing I want to go out before I comment on the caretaker. I want for tell pass two information. One for YouTube, yeah. If you find out now, you will find out say one of we regular family member, everything don't change. It don't change from a normal or regular call away all other live chat person go get, and it don't get blue with a wrench near am. Yeah, where you go say spanner the near am. Well, basically, waiting at the news. Why this particular one outstand? You know, stand out in the crowd.
Go ahead.
All right.
That was another for Sam. Just go ahead.
Wait to. Okay. All right. Have you seen sound? Somebody. Okay. You sound.
You know you go out?
You sound no go. So what if you talk? Talk back. I mean do and so. I mean uncle you want talk, but I go do you something.
Well, I no doubt. I mean people will find out of the sound. You man Sembe Pierre. From then there the jubilate I know well up to now they pass. So a lot me sound for make waiting at the talk about him uncle. No go out. But yes still me not sound like you uncle they talk today, forget tomorrow. I can still remember what I talk and I can't talk about let people hear it. Waiting at the Skype for talk, my family members that really watch me out there. I was just a try for talk, but caretaker bio say if Shembe P and okay advise him as himself when a caretaker bio don't live in a white man world, and when they talk to white man, they able to know you lies and you through your eye contact and your body language. But I don't feel say way. Caretaker don't know about that anyway, you know. But being that so in a kicking game, now somebody who all know say it a lie. Make no mistake, caretaker be a lie. And then that they make where they talk to you, they will watch you. Either he send the eye up so, or he eye so, or he eye so like where somebody they friends somebody they come for Kakulam who say it talk. You know, now that's how they try for pass on to Una and try for tell maybe since now uncle. Really need for tell your uncle he step up in game small. That way when they kick in game on lies, they work. But the truth of the matter is now the people and stuff where they out there where they support where they come by election business, then step don't they find out the bad things them and the lies away Kabio they lie. In this interview or on this interview, Kabio they say it is right for engage the judiciary and the neck because of these recommendations or this report where you them pull for make it time for see how that they able to do the things them. If they talk like in no know what they go on a neck and the judiciary where it be saying if they take phone call, tell neck and the court how they for run the country in affairs. But if they lie by himself, they go able lie by one they would lie by other people as other people they find out but lie where they lie. And the one the way in selects na various institution them. Now that's how they try for tell Shembe. But I tell us we no go talk about because I uncle I will let and get the matter. Last year they able end up. If you fear enough for end up fine.
Watch my uncle in face. I don't know. My uncle in face looks sorry. But this report's not fine. It's not fair to me. No, not so fun. Watching face, fine one.
He arrange himself now like innocent person.
Mm-hmm. You know me how to tell you so. He look innocent and sorry.
I swear.
You not go with your Shenkete for let ginger am up. Now make it sorry so. People wondering now. Yan Shenkete in Senegal. They wondering. What are they wondering for? I go ask Adebay why they want to give for your Shenkete. Anyway, we move.
We fly, man.
Okay, all right. Please hit for the like button and drop your comment down in the comment section so we go the follow up with you. And then if you don't join me already, please share the program so other people will get the same information. This man here so say the EU the report, he say it unfortunate. It unfortunate, nobody expecting kind of thing there so. So now the reason this will make I will tell you just not say, please watch this tier so and tell me this then come up and bad like other. After we caretaker bill don't say they commended our governance and right reforms. But yet still, EU come up with this damning report. And then caretaker bill give with that in sorry face until we say unfortunate. And interestingly, caretaker bill tell we say the judiciary independent. He tell me another thing. He say the police. Remember what I tell you this just now. I say this man promised me change and total fix. We mean say he want for the part. He want for avoid the old rotten ways of doing things. That system where APCB they do. He say they move away from that one day. People get tired with that system. So what did he say? He say they give it change. But he tell me inside this thing now say. The police, where EU talk about so, the police be don't always dey. And they wonder why EU not been done right before. But this man is sick. Like, he gets liquid brain. The people them come and talk, say, okay, you don't promise change. Now, let's look at this thing. This and this, we see say they go wrong where we want follow you fix. Now you say, yes, correct, I fix them. Now the people then begin give you copper and say yes because you serious. Because you say you fix them. But now they tell we say this be done even before I come. But now why now then they write? Because they recommended to you waiting at some of the problem them we been there in the last government and we didn't feel say no need for them for meet up the election. And now they can't tell we say you're unfortunate. But you're unfortunate. You really unfortunate. You really unfortunate. They are not listening to this interview back here.
The EU election follow-up mission just released its key findings, and they were damning. There's massive skepticism over the independence of the National Electoral Commission in Sierra Leone. What are you doing to address that ahead of the 2023 election, and will you ensure that the recommendations made are implemented?
Well, it's unfortunate that the EU made such damning statements, as you called it. The Electoral Commission is independent. It's been started long before I got to the office. Few commissioners, the tenure of few commissioners had expired, and of course, there's a process for replacing them. They have to be nominated and go to Parliament, and that is what we have done for the most part. They also spoke about the police. The police, we haven't done much about it since we received it, since we inherited governance. So the same police that was there that they never commented on is what now they say is too partial. Maybe the leadership I have had to appoint. And they're talking about also the judiciary. We haven't done much about the judiciary in terms of personnel change. So it's a pity, and I'm going to engage them because these institutions are responsible for credible elections, but we have not tinkered with them in any way to skew any elections in our favor. The opposition, we always grumble about these institutions because these are critical institutions for elections. And when anybody is afraid of elections, they try to bring the credibility of these institutions to the fore. And that is what they have done. And they've taken it wholesale and just made it a report. So that is unfortunate, but I want to engage the EU.
All right, Mr. President Julius Theo, we will follow up with you on that in the coming months. Good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
My brother, come. No go, kind side. I hear Bio the talk say the opposition all waiting they know about now for grumble. Who grumble past Bio?
But we always don't tell people and say the way things they go, it look like say Bio nine at the opposition. Because the things the way the opposition for do in they do as a leader.
From where this man can have power, where they grumble. But how the last government do this. Ten I know do nothing.
They're not getting a chance for rule up till now. Where
so now this man I need talk about grumble.
They're not getting a chance. APC not getting a chance. NGC not getting a chance for rule.
I see.
The C4C and others.
I see the SLPP boys them. They talk say how EU don't collaborate, don't connive with the opposition APC. Then say they connive with APC for make sure say them spoil the good name and good record of the country.
I'm not going to use the word where Kiatekabu don't use say you're unfortunate. I'm not going to use it again, but this is disappointing for them for put out them kind of statements that they now we had. Honestly. But you know, saying as shameless people, they don't get time. They can go all about and do anyhow for fed shame in their own way. So not blame them. If they bring up any statement where they come up with, you just listen if you're able to left them so. Now so then they compare from the edge. You don't see the edit tweet.
But me na the big shot we make after we don't bluff say they recommend in governance reform. Then now they say they're unfortunate. And they try to talk to them. Then kick over hero. For say you not being catchable.
Maybe not be read the reports fine. The words them make I confuse. A just run go na tutor, you go tute.
I go tell you this again. And I remind people them again. You see waiting Bio they do so. Now the same way people then get for do it back. When Bio EU be the gang, lots of couple, then say, then trust them, and I made them they give them money. Then believe say then they deliver, and I made them they give them money. These same people now, and then they say unfortunate, misleading, then they connive with the opposition. You know, you say all waiting the opposition care about now just cry, grumble. Hey, Motamana weather. I dey wait for you to tell them they grumble again about the opposition. I dey wait for that day. Anyway, we be one password information to you. One with regards sister admin. If you see it gets blue against the name and red, we na the spanner. That simply the try for tell you say what.
Now you ask?
Now you are asking.
Come again?
Okay, tell me the new role of this blue.
Oh, but sister admin, yeah, Fambul, the role of the blue as against with sister admin. Well, we call them sister admin for you we don't know because now we WhatsApp group them. Now in we admin day and it don't they play a bigger role. Now we forum them, which we always tell you say we there for celebrate the living and we celebrate people where they do well. Not to when somebody travel or any other thing happen to my come and say, this person be good to me. So we try for reduce the load, now we aid more and put them now the live chat again for the respond and deal with certain comments them where they come inside we're good and the one that we're not good. So if they see the color under a name, now some of the things then this way we try for do because really you know easy this work for me and my brother no more. If una as family members them not can come and help we I don't know how for put them, but it really heavy.
So one for say congratulations to you, Sister Admin, as you don't be the comment moderator where they take care of a comment section for we in the case of us we can busy. Because we know say we can get some scapegoats and we can come and one for left some kind of bombshell then. So one more time, thank you very much. And thank you to everybody we on the support. We seriously very hard and with all the art. And we as well the censor for see how best we can try to get one more again for the Facebook. Because yanda, thing can video, thing can really video. Waiting they happen on Facebook, not when they happen on YouTube. By the way, Facebook in name the change, so we will begin. I don't know if it go easy low or left for call Facebook. But it go change to Meta. The name not funky, I not like her.
No, because you're not used to it. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it change very soon. Thank you very much for you to like, comment, and share this program for we. Please, we get plenty of people to watch. Please continue for hit the like button. We want just 200 likes for now. Just give it 200 likes. Yeah, we appreciate you so much. We all these them. We get with Mama and with Papa. We stay with the lost Paris. Mama Yebu Tigi and
Mama Gary.
Yes. And then we get other people them again. We no one for just attempt for call, but just because these are the two ageable people them we take up. You know, we get with auntie there, with sister them, lovely family. We appreciate everybody. Yeah, if
Grand Pikin there where they come in disguise.
Yes, Grand Pikin them. If you self, you know, we get people the way they come out and they give you just bright ideas them. Yeah, where we put some ideas in our archive. Some people they tell they begin to take them topic then and go surprise. This all been keep them. But anyway, we appreciate on all comments. And one good thing about this channel, yeah, you go feel what you talk now. You want to Sabiam. Plus, you see somebody comment out a very bright and salient point where you come in and just butter frame you. So I appreciate everybody now. Yeah? We appreciate you so much. Really down for now. But please remember, say, we not just the come and talk. We don't tell una again times without number. Say we dey talk inside waiting and the talk. Simply we dey encourage yourself for listening to them attentively, and that make we very happy. Then there's the way we can hear people and they come out from angle where we know they expect it, especially inside Blue Mind, where they can tell you, say, you know, yeah, what he say, now this, where we can read along the line. Yes, it fits the description. So, you know, when they make we feel good, when they tell we say we know this studio for nothing, when they follow up and when they catch up. So we appreciate Tuna and at this make we come because we find out, say, if even because at the studio they want so they see some people even some seasoned journalists try for say, hey, Adebayo na this. Now tell them say, if Adebayo get names so today, now because of the one they will call themselves journalists don't neglect their responsibility them. Now that make the social media don't take hero them. And now the social media they overshadow the mainstream media inside the country. So una just relax. If una feel say the Adebayo and other people them don't take up things them and then they do something where una not like, una take up and tie una belt and find one day una do something where the people want for do. Because I remember one thing we been they give 98.1 a very good name. Now where they always speak the mind of the people. Go at the level where people they want forget. Then community story them. You know, they make people them because when you count somebody in interest area, it always come near you. But when you take them all the time or you turn the story param, it avoid you. So this is some of the things them where we say. So one more time, we want to say thank you very much to all. We don't take time. But wait me uncle is still doing there. And the soy face, if it's a way make soy, so now the soy for her. But I don't know what the people and say, but it's like they say 2023 you they go. But it's like say you people and say now 24, 25. I don't know more now if this EU the reports don't begin make on they shake and shiver. Like I don't begin give it that soy face. Anyway, I left you for rest.
Plenty thank you to all the family members. Then we always they come and do good things there for make we push this business go before. Well, now we responsibility. We just appreciate you now. The way when they come in comments, you they come in cause, you they come and say they lie, you they say they fabricate, but some of you we can understand. The English can come problem now aid for understand the words them, it's not too easy, like some of the words they can choke, can take a view, they can defend. But we hope say when they go study more and more and come back, so we only see one side. Until we meet again, another beautiful edition inside the same channel. Where now we are. Me, Babre Kablai, always left for Siona Tata, and let we all stay blessed. I love you now.
And to meet again, some prepare the freedom fighter, they say why this government like plenty explanation. See you then tomorrow. Get yourself a wonderful morning, afternoon, and night.
This government, every week, they get explanation. Every week, something they happen, we pass them can explain. It reach away people and they fed up with the explanation. And that is what we are doing now.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you the support we for make we do more. Thank you for you help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.